Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking comic book review. Just a single issue today, but a very important single issue, one of the most important single issues in all of comics. Detective Comics number 27, also known as the first appearance of Batman. Yeah, you can actually get this for free digitally or in a collected edition, which will cost you money. I have it free digitally. I don't have Detective Comics 1000, the deluxe edition yet, but it is on my list. I believe it's included in the deluxe edition. Because I believe that because the first appearance of Superman is in his deluxe edition. So I assume the same for the Detective Comics one. I didn't look that up. I actually just thought of it. Otherwise, I would have. But yeah, Detective Comics number 27 was 10 cents when it came out, and it's a fortune now. It was in May of 1939. 64 pages of action, mystery, etc. And as I said, first appearance of the Batman. This was a book by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. While DC legally has to give Bob Kane credit for Batman, and he should get some credit, they don't have to legally credit Bill Finger every time Batman's in something, but they do have to legally credit Bob Kane every time Batman's in something, even if it's something neither of them worked on, because they're dead. But DC still says Bill Finger because at this point, pretty much everyone knows that Bob Kane did very little work on with Batman, and that Bill Finger did almost all of it. So while Bob Kane did have the initial idea, Bill Finger did most of the work. So I think it's funny that Bob Kane had his lawyer father make it so DC legally had to credit him every time they used Batman in a book, but Bill Finger doesn't have to be legally credited every time, but they credit him anyways because of the respect, and I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. But it starts out with Jim Gordon talking to Bruce Wayne until Gordon is interrupted about a crime, which he takes Bruce Wayne to the crime scene of. And then Bruce Wayne leaves. Batman shows up. Wonder why. Batman saves a guy that's about to be moided. He's about to be murdered. Which is pretty funny. But yeah, so he saves the guy who's about to be murdered, and he murders another guy. Batman, in his original appearance, didn't care if the criminals died. He was totally fine with it. And he also carried a gun for a while, but he does not have a gun in this issue. No gun. But it was basically these rich guys were getting killed off because their business partner wanted to own the business by himself. That was what was happening. Pretty basic stuff. But it is the first appearance, after all. And it's more of a detective book than a superhero book as well. The concept of supervillains I don't even think existed yet when this came out. And actually, I think a lot of people consider the Joker to be the first real supervillain. And I don't think he existed until Batman #1. So, I think it was #1. So yeah, keep that in mind. The art is old art, you know. Batman has kind of a bulbous head. It's a little odd. I gotta admit, I really love that Bill Finger utility belt and purple gloves. I love the purple gloves. I'm sorry. When I saw those in Zero Year, I was like, hell yeah, purple fucking gloves. Purple looks good on Batman. That's why I liked his kind of rebirth end of the New 52 outfit with the purple on the inside of the cape. That looked so good. That looked so good. It truly did. But, yeah, so the thing about this issue, though, is the Batman part is only one story within the issue. The Batman story is actually, like, less than 8 pages. But it's got 64 pages of action. That being said, when you get the digital edition, it's only the Batman story. That's all you get for the free digital edition. But when you get that, it recommends like the other comics after, and they just didn't scan the rest of the issue, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a ripoff because you can't read the whole issue, but also I'm like, it was free, so can I complain? And most people will get it just for the Batman part anyways. That's the only part I was interested in, though I would have read the whole thing. But, so I'm basically just reviewing Batman's first appearance. And I think it's fine. It is revealed that he's Bruce Wayne at the end. It's not an origin story, which is fun, because the way old comics used to do things was they'd have a character, and they'd make the character and just have them do stuff, and then if they got popular, then they would give them an origin story. Many characters had things go about this way. Batman, the Phantom, etc. That's actually a pretty common thing for old comics. But yeah, this issue was a fun little detective story. It's not super duper interesting, and it's not long at all, but it's pretty fun. And it's really enjoyable. It's a piece of comic book history, even if it is super dated with like thought bubbles, terrible exposition, and characters describing out loud the thing they're physically doing, even though they don't have to do that. Very clunky, but it's history, Without this, we wouldn't have Batman at all, so I can put up with that. But that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Remember, you can get this for free on Comixology, as well as Kindle. So, do it. Just do it. So that's it. Thank you all once again. I got a few more books on the way. Batman Volume 6, Graveyard Shift from the New 52. Or Graveyard Shifts, I think. Godzilla King of the Monsters Volume 1, Godzilla Rage Across Time, and Aliens Omnibus Volume 1 should all be on the way. As well as Tempest Volume 1, Totem Volume 1, and several other things. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time.